Peace to the moon, y'all. Peace to the earth, peace to the sun, peace to the gods on earth, the gods on the moon, the gods on the sun. This is Baba Rave, Baba Raha. I'm gonna pretty much be explaining how the Indian sounds and all of the things that come from Hindustan, or what most people know as India, they actually originate from the Americas. Also, the energy of samurais also comes from the Americas. What they have gone through is little passages through Egypt and Kemet, Samaria, and Africa areas to actually get to that Dravidian area and that Hindustan area to make its way and cultivate its whole thing. It's all the religions and all the Hindu and the Buddha energy through Asia. So what we have is simple. I'm just going to let you feel it. This is under 5 minutes, showing how all religions come from America. After, of course, they come from Samaria and Egypt in Africa. But before that, they come from America. And what we think about America is shamans and Native Americans. So if any of y'all are tapping into any of y'all genes and y'all are seeing like, okay, yeah, I'm actually like Native American, or maybe I'm not African American, now I'm seeing that I'm actually my black ancestry is native to this land, then my African ancestry is actually in the Africa that we call America. If you're tapping into that, this is big because now you can make the full correlation of it all. Now you can see, okay, the East has to come from the West in a simple modality. Okay, so what we're going to do is go through pretty much my Christ consciousness sounds. 4 different sounds, 4 different mantras. Remember, mantras is a hika that comes from the East, that comes from Africa. It's a word of power or a chant. And so you say it to evoke a certain energy in your full cellular body, as well as your aura field, as well as the environment around you. Okay, so with this hika or this mantra, you know, this African and Indian term for it, what you have is, remember the sounds of the Native American shamans. And even shamans, they come from Siberia, right? That word kind of comes from Siberia, but there's an energy behind that is way deeper than that. Because Shah means Shim, and Shah also means king, and man means mind. Okay, so king mind or Shim, you raise the Shim onto the Lord, right? And so this energy is coming from a plasma physics dynamic, okay? That is ancient, pre any of the energy that we know of as today. This is more of the energy of mound builders, of pyramid builders, where most of the pyramids are in Asia and America. Thousands of them, thousands and thousands of them in Asia and America. And now we have, you know, the basic pyramids that most people know about that are for display for tourism, but that's just a bare fraction of them. And so you have to just know that, okay, this energy that's coming from America is very important for us to actually see that if you're in the Americas and you're like demonizing the energy over in the East because it looks demonic or whatever, I mean, just look at voodoo. Come on. Just look at shamanism. Come on. It's the same thing. But you just have to know where its origins come from so you can actually see that this is you. This is you, okay? Especially if you're in the Americas and you have any type of antiquity or autochthonous nature to say that you have indigenous rights or bloodline anywhere around here. You have to know that this is all you, and you have to see that, yo, I can't be isolating, because when I isolate something, it becomes a drug in my mind. If I isolate this to this part of the world, it becomes a drug in my mind, and that drug is going to cause judgment, and that judgment is going to cause separation. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll up into it. The 4 mantra sounds are Num, Moan, Wum, and yum. Okay, now the way that I say this is gonna sound as monkish, Indian, Buddhist, Hinduist, monkish, as it is gonna be Native American shaman. Okay, and you just gotta remember that Native American is your ancestors, and your ancestors were the darkest beings of this earth. Okay, you got to look at the Olmec. They were as dark as you can never imagine. Okay, and that's the Olmec originated in the Americas. Okay, so just take all this, because even in South India, in the Dravidian area, you still have dark Indians, and these are the Indians that actually passed on all of these ancient sciences that came out of Greek, but before then Egypt, but before then Samaria, but before then all these other places on Earth, everywhere else on Earth. That is just like the hub of like where it was mainstream and popular, but to pass down through history. But before then, this was a regular. Okay, this was the regular culture. Okay, so let's go into it. What we have is the first one. So go ahead, take a deep breath with me, just so you can acclimate your ears to hearing this antiquity. Now you see that in that energy, you can kind of relate it to a chant that you can feel inside yourself as like, oh, that's some like Buddhist, or that's some Indian, type of energy. But then at the same time, you're like, oh, that was kind of shamanic. That was kind of like, that was kind of like getting me like a little trippy, like, tapping me into something deeper. So you see, it's there. All right, let's go to the next one. Take a deep breath so you can acclimate your ears. Again, you're able to see that energy. It's very relatable each way around it. Let's keep going. Acclimate your ears with a deep breath. Okay. I feel like with that one, you're probably going to be able to really correlate the two. Like, oh, wow. I don't know why I've been seeing the separation in these for so long. Well, again, you've been isolating, which creates drugs in your mind. That's okay. Most of us do. This is part of the toxicity of the illusions, okay? Remember, toxicity blocks out connectivity. Connectivity blocks out communication, and communication is the unifying unity of commonhood. community is not necessarily tribes, but it's tribes coming together, okay? Community. And remember, there are tribes all over the earth since ever, okay? Last one. Take a deep breath to acclimate your hearing. Perfect. With that, you'll be able to see, okay, there's no point of seeing any of these ancient Eastern ways as anything more than just some sort of indigenous Aboriginal science that we've all tapped into. Don't let the dogmas of originals of the American lands be too crazy. They all worked on the same type of technology, as in technology, okay? With that, peace to the gods, peace to the moon, peace to the moon gods. Moon gods, we're here. Sun gods, we're here. Peace to the earth, peace to all the brothers and sisters of the earth, okay? We out. Islam. Salam. Mashallah.